Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Ryan Haywood.
Look, it's been at least a few weeks since the internet's had its whole No Man's Sky news fix, but thankfully, we've got another hit from that sweet, sweet drug that keeps on giving Schadenfreude.
Yes. Adding to their ever-growing list of problems following No Man's Sky's August launch, it seems that developer Hello Games may be losing some of its workforce to some rather interesting competition. Because one of No Man's Sky's designers has abandoned ship to go work on Star Citizen.
Oh, from one shipwreck to another.
No, don't say that.
Well, I mean, who knows? It might be now. We'll see. So this news comes from LinkedIn, where eagle-eyed observers spied a change in employment for No Man's Sky designer Gareth Bourne from Hello Games to Foundry 42, the division heading up development for Star Citizen's much-delayed single-player campaign. So, like attracts like, apparently.
Maybe, didn't last month's alleged hack of No Man's Sky's server start from LinkedIn too?
Yeah. Yeah, it was because they didn't have two-factor authentication or something. That's how they were able to. They were tweeting via LinkedIn, which I guess you can do.
Seriously, Hello Games just needs to ban LinkedIn from their offices completely.
Probably. As for Bourne's role at Hello Games, he's been at the company for almost 6 years. He was a designer on both Joe Danger and No Man's Sky. Let's just hope he was the guy responsible for one of the many outstanding gameplay systems in No Man's Sky, like the ugly-ass dinosaurs, the inventory management, or having fuck all to do, or thinking that just grinding out resources sounded like a game. Those could be new stretch goals for Star Citizen, though.
Oh no, they already were. That was like $2-3 billion ago.
Yeah, well, they keep making the money.
I don't know. Of course, that's all, obviously tongue-in-cheek. And there's no telling what Bourne's exact role was on No Man's Sky. Although, being one of the designers on a team of just 14 people probably means, he played a decently significant role in the final product.
It's certainly not uncommon for video game developers to leave projects after the game is shipped, but that usually happens after their job is wrapped up, sometimes well before the game ships as well, like when it goes gold or something like that. Now, considering that Hello Games and team have supposedly been working very hard on developing new content and updates for No Man's Sky post-launch, departure's kind of out of the ordinary when there's still work to be done.
Or started. So this could either be nothing at all, or it could be the first trickle of developers leaving the studio, because unless they can turn around the way people view No Man's Sky, it's going to be kind of extremely hard for them to sell any games in the future. And getting people to change their mind on that game might be impossible at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. Either way, it's hard to say otherwise, since they've been, dead silent the last few months, except, at that time they got hacked and updated their Twitter feed calling No Man's Sky a mistake, even though that wasn't really them.
But it might as well have been.
It's the closest we've got to anything. Plus, there were all those emails that probably were not sent by Sean Murray to different video game press outlets saying the team hadn't been coping well in the months after the game released, which I guess is why they're now moving to work on Star Citizen.
They should really get some of those in-office massage things, or
some of those massaging chairs.
Yeah. So if that's the only time you're saying anything publicly, things can't be great at home, let's be honest. And once again, losing developers would just add to the long list of crazy shit that's been happening as a result of No Man's Sky.
Well, look on the bright side. They've already got your money.
There is no bright side.
Yeah, it's true. By this point, they've gone through pretty much every play in the controversy handbook, from false advertising investigations, which may or may not have prompted Valve to overhaul Steam store pages entirely, to gamers clamoring for mass refunds, to the game's subreddit imploding overnight due to excessive toxicity.
Even Jeff Keighley said in an interview this week that No Man's Sky has caused him to reevaluate the way they premiere brand new games at the yearly Game Awards show.
Which, if you recall, is where No Man's Sky was announced.
It looked great at the time.
It really did. It's so promising.
Speaking with Polygon, he said he feels like the show was partially responsible for some of the expectations placed on No Man's Sky, and they'll be focusing more on gameplay rather than CG for upcoming trailers.
Which honestly, we all prefer anyway. At this point, we can only imagine how things are actually going at Hello Games for the developers still left fighting to fix the game's perception, assuming that any of them are. But leaving No Man's Sky isn't exactly going to be much of a cakewalk either, because Star Citizen is going to be under just as much scrutiny, if not more, by the time that comes out.
And most of the scrutiny on Star Citizen is going to come from the game's enormous budget. Huge tracts of land.
Tracts of land.
It's already to date raised more than $130 million. By the way, $130 million makes it not only the biggest crowdfunded game of all time, but also one of the most expensive games ever.
Like, the campaign in particular has been the source of many headaches for both Cloud Imperium games and fans alike. Squadron 42, the game's single-player component, is said to have over 60 missions, 20 hours of performance captures alone, and 1,255 pages of dialogue. After missing its date a number of times already, Squadron 42 got hit with another delay last month, which is pushing it into 2017 from late 2016.
And if you thought people were mad about No Man's Sky, they're going to be doubly mad if Star Citizen doesn't meet at least some expectations.
Especially considering the money that's gone into it.
Yes, it's time and money because
Yes.
it's been delayed so many times. And with some players investing thousands of dollars, Gus, that have really, that have gone into getting it made. There we go.
Yeah. So good luck on that front, Gareth Bourne. Hopefully you find better fortunes on Star Citizen than you did on No Man's Sky. Please treat it kindly.
Oh, well, what do you guys think of No Man's Sky losing one of its designers to Star Citizen? Let us know in the comments.
I guess at least they've got a lot of experience with space.
Do they really need another designer at this point? I feel like they let crowdfunding
You'd
design
hope
it.
that a lot of the designing was done, but
I think the designer was just like a roulette wheel that they spun, and when they put their finger on something, it was like, oh, ships that can go underwater too. All right, put it up there for another 10 million.
maybe that was an accidental Wheel of Destiny thing from Extra Life, and we just didn't realize. So for future updates on the latest rage regarding No Man's Sky, I'm sure this won't be the last. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the know. Given the demos that they've shown for Star Citizen, it looks like what everyone really wanted No Man's Sky to be in any case, so maybe that's the beautiful part, and they've got programmers that can take the designers' designs and make them work, and maybe that's how this is all gonna work out. Well, look, we can hope.